Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Hope you've got your coffee ready. We're going to unpack some pretty remarkable stuff from the AI world this week. We're looking at September 8th to the 14th, 2025. It's been, well, quite a week. Our goal, like always, is to cut through the jargon, give you the clear insights, maybe spark a few aha moments. And what's really jumping out this week is sort of this dual thing happening. AI is building its own foundation, getting more autonomous, weaving into our lives. But it's also really pushing us to think about control, ethics, even what intelligence is.
That's a really good way to put it, yeah. What's striking is just how fast AI is moving from, theory to actual tangible stuff happening everywhere. This week's a perfect snapshot of that speed, I think. Shows the huge potential, but also, yeah, the complexities.
Absolutely. So, okay, let's kick things off with the foundations, the big money and the infrastructure powering this whole boom. First up, OpenAI. They're getting serious about hardware, like really serious. They're planning to mass produce their own custom AI chips next year with Broadcom. Seems like a big strategic play, right? To rely less on NVIDIA, maybe? And just to handle the crazy compute needs for models like GPT-5, we're talking a $10 billion chip order just for them. It's like they're saying, we'll build our own super brain, thanks.
Yeah.
Kind of like Google and Amazon did.
Exactly. And it's more than just supply chain stuff. It's really about control, isn't it? And the speed of innovation. If you have your own hardware, you can fine-tune it perfectly for your models. That could give them a massive edge, Optimized like nothing else. It really signals their long-term vision for how AI should be built.
And that massive hardware push kind of leads us straight into another huge money story this week. Oracle. Wow, they had a week for the history books. Their stock jumped, what, 40%? After landing $455 billion in AI deals, including a massive $300 billion deal with OpenAI. It actually made Larry Ellison the world's richest person for like a day. His net worth jumped over $100 billion. Crazy. Passed Elon Musk for a bit there. Apparently, that OpenAI deal is $60 billion a year, starting in 2027. They think their cloud revenue will go from $18 billion to like $144 billion in 5 years. Yeah, it's staggering, isn't it? It really speaks volumes. And it raises this important point. What does this scale tell us? The market sees this, well, almost infinite demand for AI compute power. And these companies are betting big, locking it in now. They see compute as the key resource, the thing that decides who wins the AI race. It's like a digital land grab. Yeah, a land grab for processing power. Okay, so moving from the big money, let's talk about how AI is getting smarter, more useful in our actual daily work. Your new digital colleague, maybe. Microsoft's making some interesting moves. They're apparently looking at integrating Anthropic's Claude into Office 365 right alongside OpenAI's tech, which is kind of their main partner usually. And get this, internal tests apparently showed Claude Sonnet 4 was better at making spreadsheets and PowerPoint slides than GPT-5.
That is interesting. Better for those specific tasks. It suggests Microsoft wants to diversify, right? Not put all their eggs in the OpenAI basket, maybe use different models for what they're best at in the enterprise.
Exactly. And Anthropic itself isn't standing still. Claude can now actually create and edit files, Excel, Word, PowerPoint, PDFs right in the chat. Plus, they rolled out memory for Teams and enterprise users. So Claude remembers past chats, project details. Finally, no more explaining the same thing over and over.
Right, and that memory feature is huge. It changes the game. AI becomes less of a tool you just ask questions and more like a real collaborator, a consistent team member that actually knows the project history. That's a big step up.
Totally. Okay, so for the coders listening, or, anyone who wishes they could code, this next one's pretty wild. Replit, the AI coding platform. They just raised $250 million, valuations at $3 billion now, and they launched Agent 3. Their most autonomous agent yet. Apparently, it can build and test apps for like 3 hours straight on its own. It could even make other agents, automate your Slack or email, act like it's using a web browser.
Whoa, okay, that's moving beyond just code completion. That's starting to sound like automated software development almost.
Pretty much. No wonder their revenue shot up from $3 million to $150 million in a year. It's a serious glow up for Replit. And quickly on the model front, Alibaba released Qwen 3 Next. 80 billion parameter hybrid model. They claim it beats their old one, costs less to train, and even surpasses Llama 3.1405B on that LMSYS chatbot arena leaderboard. So another strong player.
Yeah, the competition in the LLM space is just relentless. Everyone's pushing.
Definitely. And Adobe's jumping in too on the enterprise side. They launched an AI agent orchestrator, 6 specialized agents, designed to automate marketing and customer experience tasks. Basically an AI marketing team.
You see the pattern, right? It's moving towards these specialized autonomous agents, not just one giant model, but teams of AIs working together on complex stuff. It's about efficiency, sure, but it might fundamentally change how we manage digital work.
Okay, super useful in the office, got it. But what about the fun stuff, the creative side? AIs definitely get its art on. ByteDance, TikTok's parent company, launched Seedream 4.0, an image generator and editor. They're aiming right at Google's Nano Banana, talking high-quality 4K output, multimodal, claiming it's better than Google's in some ways. It's like another round in the AI art championship.
Yeah, the pace in image generation is incredible, pushing quality and capabilities constantly.
And then there's audio. Stability AI drops Stable Audio 2.5. It makes 3-minute audio tracks, music, effects, voices from text prompts in seconds. And it's optimized for commercial use. So, competing with 11 Labs Suno, need a jingle for your ad, boom, done. Podcast sound effects, easy.
Interesting. Making professional-grade audio much more accessible.
And speaking of 11 Labs, they launched voice remixing. Lets you tweak the tone, style, emotion of AI voices, their voices, or even ones you design. So you can get really specific for podcasts, audiobooks, games, make it sound exactly how you want.
What's really fascinating across all of this images, audio is the democratization. These aren't just tools for big studios anymore. They're powerful tools for anyone, independent creators, small businesses. They can now make really high-quality stuff that used to cost a fortune or take specialized skills. It's lowering the barrier to entry in a big way. Could really change media.
And that change is hitting even the biggest stage. Get this, Hollywood. OpenAI is actually backing an animated movie called Critters, providing their tools, their compute power. It's an AI-generated feature film. And the goal? Prove AI can make a high-quality movie in just 9 months. For under $30 million, which is, peanuts compared to typical animation budgets and timelines.
Wow. Okay, that is ambitious. If they pull that off, that could be a genuine paradigm shift for filmmaking, especially animation. It suggests maybe high-quality movies don't have to take years and cost hundreds of millions. Imagine the news stories that could get told if making a feature film becomes that much more accessible.
Totally. A potential game changer. Okay, let's zoom out a bit. Look at some really impactful uses and maybe some slightly sci-fi ones hitting closer to home. Health, for instance. Eli Lilly launched TuneLab. It's an AI platform for drug discovery. They're giving biotechs access to models trained on $1 billion worth of their private data. And other companies like Circle Pharma are chipping in data too. It's a huge collaborative effort.
Yeah, using AI to accelerate drug discovery is one of the most promising areas, potentially shaving years off the process, finding treatments faster. That's incredibly valuable.
Definitely life-changer potential there. And more directly in healthcare, a study from Emory University. They used AI voice agents to help seniors monitor blood pressure. And it worked really well. Patient satisfaction was high. And get this, it cut costs by almost 90% compared to using human nurses for the same task.
90%, that's remarkable. And it brings up that crucial question again, beyond cost. How much more accessible does this make healthcare, especially for remote care or people who find it hard to get to a clinic? It could transform how we manage chronic conditions.
Yeah, your friendly AI nurse checking in. Okay, from saving lives to flexing serious brain power. Math Inc.'s AI, called Gauss, solved the strong prime number theorem in 3 weeks. This was a problem mathematicians struggled with for 18 months. The AI produced 25,000 lines of verified math code to prove it.
That's impressive. It shows AI tackling problems that need deep, abstract reasoning, not just pattern recognition, things we used to think only humans could really do.
Right. AI just aced a super hard math test. And then there's quantum computing. Google Quantum AI is now DARPA's official benchmarking partner. DARPA, the U.S. military's advanced research agency, they're working together to see if building a full-scale useful quantum computer by 2033 is actually feasible. Aiming for those currently unsolvable problems, new medicines, material science, it's future-building stuff.
It really is. Trying to validate the path towards truly powerful quantum computation, high stakes.
And then, okay, this one feels straight out of a movie. Near telepathy. A company called Alter Ego, an MIT spinoff, unveiled this AI wearable. It detects tiny muscle movements in your jaw and throat from when you're silently speaking in your head. And it interprets those signals for silent sense communication. So you could code or send texts just by thinking the words without making a sound.
Whoa. Okay, that's potentially profound. Moving beyond screens, beyond keyboards, how would that change how we interact with everything? It feels like a fundamental shift in human-computer interaction is on the horizon with things like that. Really fascinating.
Seriously mind-bending. And speaking of tech giants, Apple usually plays it cool with AI, right?
Okay.
Their latest hardware of it. Pretty minimal AI talk. They mentioned Apple Intelligence powering live translation in the new AirPods Pro 3. Done some health stuff in the Apple Watch Series 11, like hypertension alerts, but it's all very integrated, supportive, not the main headline, typical Apple.
Yeah, their strategy seems to be embedding AI quietly, making features better, rather than shouting about the AI itself.
Right. Okay, so we've talked about all this amazing, sometimes wild, progress, which naturally leads to the big, important question, how do we keep it safe? Ethical, fair. With great power comes great responsibility and all that. So first up on that front, web publishers are pushing back a bit. Big names like Reddit, Yahoo, Medium launched something called Real Simple Licensing, or RSL. It's built on robots.txt, that old standard telling web crawlers where they can go. RSL aims to set actual payment terms for AI companies scraping their content for training data, kind of like ASCAP or BMI for music licensing, a digital toll booth for content.
And this is significant because it's the creators trying to set the rules proactively. They're addressing that core issue. How do you get fair compensation when AI models just hoover up everything online? It's an attempt to, establish value and control in this new AI ecosystem, a really crucial conversation.
Definitely. And it's not just publishers. Governments, even AI companies themselves are getting involved in rules. Anthropic actually came out and endorsed California's SB 53 AI safety bill. That bill makes big AI developers over $500 million revenue publish safety plans, transparency reports, especially about major risks. It even includes whistleblower protections. Anthropic's saying they prefer federal rules, but this state-level step is good.
That's a notable move from a major AI lab. It shows recognition, even internally, that guardrails are needed.
Yeah, and on that safety note, both OpenAI and Anthropic are working directly with US and UK government AI safety institutes, collaborating to find and fix vulnerabilities. They've already found some serious stuff, like a way to hijack a ChatGPT agent using a cyber attack, dozens of biosecurity risks in GPT-5, prompt injection flaws in Anthropic's models. These partnerships seem like a really good model, right? Public and private sectors working together to patch things up, like a digital neighborhood watch.
Absolutely. That kind of collaboration is essential for building trust and actually improving security proactively, rather than just reacting after something goes wrong. It's a positive sign.
Okay, now for something really out there. In terms of governance, Albania. They just became the first country to appoint an AI system as a government minister. Seriously.
Yeah.
An AI named Diela is now in the cabinet. Its job, to evaluate and award all government procurement contracts. The Prime Minister, Edi Rama, claims it will eliminate bribes and threats, pure transparency.
Wow, okay. That is a bold experiment. The intention fighting corruption is laudable, of course, but it raises huge questions, doesn't it? Accountability. What if the AI makes mistakes? Security. Delegating core government functions to an AI with potentially limited human oversight. That's uncharted territory. What are the pitfalls?
Exactly. Like, who do you complain to if the AI denies your contract unfairly? It's a lot to think about. Definitely one to watch. Okay, and finally, on a more positive note maybe, OpenAI is trying to spread the benefits around a bit more. They announced the Grove program, helping early-stage founders build stuff with OpenAI researchers, and they opened applications for a $50 million People First AI fund, giving grants to nonprofits for things like AI literacy, community projects, economic opportunities, trying to make AI help everyone.
That focus on broadening access and benefit is important too, counterbalancing the concentration of power.
For sure. Wow. Okay, what a week. Seriously, feels like we covered everything from the silicon chips powering it all to these massive deals, AI getting smarter in the office, getting creative, solving science problems, helping with health, and then these huge questions about safety and even AI ministers. It's a whirlwind.
It really does highlight that dual nature we talked about at the start. Incredible progress, incredible potential, but right alongside it, this urgent need for careful thought, for safeguards, for ethical guidance. The speed is just breathtaking, and it forces us to constantly ask not just, can we do this, but should we?
Exactly. So as AI keeps sprinting ahead, solving theorems, maybe running government departments, here's something to maybe chew on until next time. How is all this going to redefine not just our jobs or our lives, but maybe our whole understanding of what intelligence is? What does it mean for us as humans to be learning and evolving alongside these machines that are getting so capable so fast? Lots to think about. Thanks so much for joining us on this deep dive today. Until next time, keep exploring, keep asking questions, and keep an eye on this fascinating AI world.